representing the Lake Anna Civic Association, LACUP. His name is Harry Looney. I wanted to welcome him to our meeting. Harry, be sure and let everybody know the committee that you're serving on, the capacity you're serving on, and welcome to our group.
Thank you, Chris. Can you hear me okay?
I can. I don't know whether the rest of the group can hear you, but yeah, turn up your volume if you can a little bit. It seems a little low, but yes, sir, I can hear you.
Is this better? Is it better now? I tried a different microphone.
I think if we listen carefully, we're going to be able to hear everything you're saying. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll speak loudly also. Thanks to the Lake Anna Business Partnership for putting this summit together. I'm going to share my screen. I've got a few slides with some maps and things like that of our program this year. Chris, the host, is disabled screen sharing, so if you could turn that back on for me, I would. I'll share my screen, but I'll talk as we go on as you do that. LACA, as many of you know, is a member civic organization. We're a 501c3 nonprofit that's managed by an 11-member board of directors. Many of you know Greg Baker. Greg is the president of our association. Our mission is to preserve and protect the cleanliness, beauty, and safe use of Lake Anna and its watershed. And its watershed part is one of the critical aspects of some of our projects that we've got ongoing that I want to talk to you about today. Let's see, it looks like I'm not going to be able to share my screen, so I'll just talk to the slides. And if anybody wants to get the slides afterwards, I'll give my email address.
Harry,
So,
Harry, can you hear me for a second?
Yeah.
Just 1 second, Harry. Your screen sharing is enabled on our end, so you should be able to screen share.
Okay, let me see. It says host disabled participants. I'm listed as a participant, not as a speaker, I think.
We're not really treating anybody anything other than a participant. So
Try it again.
Try it again.
Got it. Now it just updated. It just updated.
That's right. Our technical wizards are working very hard right here.
All right. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, we can. Good.
Okay. All right.
Damn it.
So, so here's our water quality improvement program overview. We implemented a water quality improvement program as part of our water quality committee, which Mike Gilber and I lead on LACA. LACA has 7 committees that, in some cases, mirror very closely to what LAC and Chris talked to you about earlier. Water quality being one of those committees, and we execute the water quality improvement program, which has right this year 7 different components, which I'll show you. It's a program that has multiple projects, and we're going to talk about a few of those today, just very quickly. And it captures pretty much everything we're doing from a water quality perspective, to include cyanobacteria and algae monitoring, similar to what Chris talked about in the last briefing. And we've evolved this program over the last year from what LAC has been doing for more than almost 2 decades in partnership with DEQ and other state organizations, to add some additional programs. But our partnership and stakeholder group that we talk with on a regular basis, probably 3 to 4 times a year, includes DEQ, the Virginia Department of Health. USGS is very active, as is NOAA. We also include DWR and DCR from the state governments. The local governments are involved. We're very active in the York River and Small Coastal Basin Roundtable. That's another big group that includes the entire York River Basin, from the headwaters all the way up to in Orange County, all the way down to the Chesapeake Bay. Of course, Dominion Energy. And then we have several academic partnerships with Virginia Tech, Randolph-Macon College, and Old Dominion University. Finally, we've got a couple of industry partners that are currently volunteering their time to support several of our projects. This slide depicts the 7 projects that we've got ongoing this year, and I'm going to show a slide on a couple of them. 3 of these projects are for data delivery in our water quality program. The first one is something we've been doing since 2002. We're a level 3 quality assurance organization as certified by DEQ. and our data is available to DEQ for their water quality assessments. Like LAC, we are also doing sediment sampling, but we're doing it through an academic research program with Randolph-Macon College. The students are currently in the process of conducting their work. They collected samples in March, and next week we'll be back on the lake. Weather permitting, we'll be on the lake Wednesday, Thursday. If it's bad, we'll be on the lake Saturday, Sunday. We're hoping to be out on the lake Wednesday, Thursday. And then Mike Gilber and I and a couple of other volunteers manage our algae monitoring program, which I'll talk about on the next slide. A new project this year is remote sensing, where we use satellite data to allow us to do some predictive analysis of the algae content in the water. Mike Gilber is running a floating treatment wetlands remediation effort, prototype, a pilot study this year. I do have a slide on that. We've been running our program since 2002. DEQ has data on the lake going back to the 70s. And so DEQ has resources available to do analysis and analytics on that data. LACA has very limited capability, and we're looking at establishing a program with Virginia Tech next academic semester to allow us to do many of the things that DEQ can do with the data. And then we're all writing grants to fund a lot of the things that we're talking about. For the algae monitoring, this year, we're going to be monitoring the lake every week, as we did last year. Last year, we monitored the entire lake and the waste heat treatment facility. That provided a foundational data set for us. This year, we're focusing on the upper part of the lake. 1 week, we'll monitor from the bridge through the North Anna. And then the second week, we'll monitor the Pamunkey branch. And then we'll turn around the week after and get, so each part of the upper lake will be monitored on a every 2-week basis. We collect full lab parameters. And in some cases, when we have a satellite overpass that coincides with our collection day, we'll collect chlorophyll samples and suspended sediment samples and send those to the lab in Richmond for our algorithm development activities. We'll sample the lower lake and the waste heat treatment facility when the Virginia Department of Health asks us to assist, or when Dominion Energy asks us to assist, which both of them did last year on a couple of occasions, or when a LACA member or any Lake Anna property owner asks us to go out. We're volunteers. We'll go out hopefully within a day or so, collect a water sample, and I have limited capabilities to analyze that water at my house for both algae and for toxins that those algae may produce. Our remote sensing project is going to allow us to add a predictive capability like I talked about. Our current approach is just historical data. We plan months in advance and we go out and collect data. Hopefully, this remote sensing project will allow us to get a little bit more predictive and proactive in this activity and better utilize our resources. What you see here on the slide is an image of a maximum or a chlorophyll index that NOAA computes from the European Space Agency Sentinel-2A and 2B satellites. This specifically is from Sentinel-2A, and it was collected on the 5th of April, so just a week ago, a little bit more than a week ago. And you can see by the color index, red it would be bad. So the upper part of the North Anna is got a little bit higher level, and as we would expect this time of year, the lower part of the lake down by the dam all the way up to about the power plant where the water flow is taking place is fairly clear of suspended chlorophyll in the water. As for a true color image of what it looked like, so they give us both a true color image and that maximum chlorophyll index. You can see this cloud in the upper part of the lake up by the Pamunkey Branch and Terry's Run. That cloud is most likely the reason why you don't see any MCI or chlorophyll index data on the upper part of the Pamunkey Branch and most of, if not all, of Terry's Run. We're doing this in partnership with Quantum Applied Analytics. They're a remote sensing local tech company that does this for the U.S. Army and for other organizations within government and in industry. They're very good at what they do, and they're building the algorithms that will allow us to take the data, from these satellites and utilize it on our own without NOAA or USGS support. Moving on to the floating treatment wetlands very quickly. Mike Gelber is running this program. Mike's email is available on our website. It is a pilot research effort, but basically it's a very small man-made island that native aquatic plants are put in. Their roots grow down into the water. It will be anchored to either a dock or to the bottom. That will be decided and agreed upon with Dominion on how we do that. It also provides a habitat for fish, but we're hoping that through monitoring before, during, and after, that we'll be able to see a field parameter reduction as well as a nutrient reduction in the general vicinity of these floating treatment wetlands. There's a lot of information about this. The Friends of the Rappahannock have done this on the Rappahannock over the years, and we're working with them and talking to them about their experiences. And so unless I have any questions, that's the Lake Anna website there. There's my email address. The QR code will get you to the website as well. Mike Gelber is just mike.gelber, Gelber, at the same domain name if you want to reach out to Mike. And that's it, unless I have any questions.
Harry, we do have one question. It's from Ken saying, wasn't there a discussion about including Upper Pamunkey as well?
Yeah, I'm including the Upper Pamunkey. Yeah, if I go back to the map, the first week, we do this every week. The first week of 2, we'll do the North Anna. The second week of 2, we'll do 6 stations on the Pamunkey and Terry's Run, to include Terry's Run.
Okay, great. And another question, it says, concerning the harmful algae bloom, much of Lake Anna's watershed begins in Orange County. HABs over the past few years have made much of the Lake Anna above Newbridge unstable for half the summer. What is being done to reach out to Orange County to help address the problem?
We're in contact and discussions with Orange County through both LAC and other organizations. Orange County has participated in some of our stakeholder meetings with the government and local county agencies. You're correct. The majority of the Lake Anna drainage area, which is about 35,000 acres, is in Orange County. I can tell you that there's 3 counties, 3 regional planning commissions. There's 3 soil and water conservation districts around the lake as well. And the Culpeper Soil and Water Conservation District is very active in doing best management practices with the agricultural community in the county to provide fencing and riparian buffers on the farmland that has direct contact with the streams. We're also, LACA is another one of our committees, is the Environmental Preservation Committee, led by Mike Rigdon and Ron Skinner. And Mike is working right now on a National Fish and Wildlife Foundation grant to do a planning and technical assistance study for reestablishing or establishing a new wetlands somewhere on the Pamunkey Creek area up in the Orange County area. Now that's a grant, so it's a proposal. We're not sure that we'll get that money, but we will be submitting that proposal next week, and hopefully by the end of the summer we'll know if we get that money to do that plan. It'd be a planning activity, much like Chris talked about for the sediment study that they're doing.
Well, Harry, you have been a wealth of knowledge. I really enjoyed your slides that helped give us a visual. So thank you very much for being so organized and put together. I really appreciate you taking the time to help educate us with what's going on around the lake. So thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
And our